Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at the weekly challenges that we got that starts today, Tuesday, October the 7th. It goes to next Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at this week's weekly challenges and see what we get. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out. I get different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas, everything. If you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's particular daily, weekly challenges giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome with the great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciate. If you do wonder why a slightly more score than you, take the top right hand corner of the screen, I have a 50% boost. Of course, 25 of that comes from claiming right off the current Season 22 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%, in which you can claim by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 items for the Season Pass. The other 25% comes from drinking a score booster drink, gives us an extra 25% for 24 hours. I usually recommend doing that during the, if you happen to do your daily, weekly challenges, back to back or at the same time. That way there you can maximize how much score you get, which equates into tickets for the current Season 22 Season Pass. Right, so we do have the Mischief Night event happening here. In the Wasteland, I believe it's every hour on top of the hour. If you check out the daily challenge video, which just happens to be before this one, we did dive into that one there. You can check that one out. Hopefully we'll be able to play it again here in this episode as well. All right, let's take a look here. Jimmy Boy, collect caps 2,500. So again, a couple of stipulations here you have to remember. We do max out on 40,000 caps, so if you are close to the 40,000 cap range, you'll have to make some room in your purse in order to satisfy the 2,500 caps that you have to collect, okay? Because if you don't, then you're just wasting caps at that point. And I know it sounds kind of odd, but if you are at lower level, but once when you reach a certain level, being maxed out on caps happens quite frequently enough. So a couple of different ways you can wait for people to come to your camp. They can purchase things from your vendor. It's a great way to get caps. Another thing to do is, which is the way I recommend, is by completing events and daily quests here in the game. Again, it'll be a different amount of caps each time for each event and each daily quest, but it gets a great way to get some XP and get some caps at the same time. The second way is by going after enemies, having some fun, getting some XP. I usually find Scorched, Super Mutants, Mole Miners, and human enemies, and Grafted Monsters will give you the most amount of caps. You can go after those enemies if you so wish. Another thing you can do is you can pick up a lot of armor and weapons from killing enemies and sell them to vendors. So a couple good spots for that. One spot is right here at Morgantown Airport, just because it's close to a station right here. Now you can fast travel if you're overweight, if you have the travel agent under Charisma, but just in case you don't have to waste a carry weight booster, because we have a train station right here. The only thing about Morgantown Airport is that a lot of those Scorched there will have like pipe weapons and melee weapons. They don't give you a whole lot of caps, but it's a good way to get some experience. Plus you can call in a collision course at event just by going down to the quarantine zone and get some more weapons, armor, and chems that way and sell it to the vendor there. Same exact thing down here in Welsh. Of course, it being right next to Welsh Station. Again, a lot of the mole miners here will have shotguns, missile launchers, combat shotguns. There's usually about 8 weapons just kind of laying around like in the rooftops and in amongst the buildings itself. Great way to get some caps that way, just going up to the train station there. And again, you are kind of maxed out on caps of terms of what the vendor will have available on them per day. So again, just kind of keep that in mind. It may take you a couple days to do this. And last but not least, at the current Season 22 Season Pass, we do have some great spots here where we can buy caps using tickets. So I believe the first one we used a couple weeks ago is right here on page 6. And again, I forget how many tickets it was, but it wasn't a whole lot, but it's 5,000 caps. So again, if you do decide to do it this way, make sure you have 5,000 caps available in your little piggy bank there or your purse, or you're just wasting your caps, wasting your tickets. But I do have the room for it, but I believe there's another one down here. There we go, page 8. Again, only 15 tickets. Let's go ahead and claim these 5,000 caps again. Make sure you have the room for it. or else you're just wasting caps, wasting tickets, all right? Let's go ahead and claim it here. Yes. We're going to back up. We're going to see it pop up on the screen there. There we go. Collect caps 2,500 for 2,500. Even though it was 5,000, it's 2,500. And again, I'm pretty close to being maxed out here now. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so we're just under 40,000. So I actually had bought a bunch of ammo from someone here just before starting the video to make room for that 5,000. I knew I was going to do it this way. Just something else you can do. Maybe someone never thought of doing it that way. All right, let's see what's next here. All right, collect soap 14. All right, good stuff. Seems like we had this one here the last 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Is quite something. But I do have a video I made several months ago. Great locations where you can find soap here in the game. It is all timestamped, so always remember, even though I show you these locations, the real challenge is if you're on a server with other people and that people are picking it all up. Okay, and I always recommend that people try to be as courteous as possible. Just pick up what you need, but people will pick everything up. It's just the way it is. So again, you may have the server hop those locations a couple of times. Let's take a look at those couple of those locations here. So the most popular spot is the skeleton in the bathtub. It is due south, over Gorge Bridge East, right about this location here. And the skeleton in the bathtub. There's 21 bars of soap there. But you guys have assured me you've gone there many times on public servers and there'd be no soap to be had, so you may have the server hop it a couple of times. Another pretty decent spot is up here at Darling Sister's Lab, out behind one of the buildings, one of the wooden buildings, okay, because there's some trailers out there, but behind one of the wooden buildings is a red wheelbarrow, and there'll be 7 bars of soap there. Right down here, the White Spring Mall, if you use the north entrance, if you go right downstairs towards the spa, there'll be some bars of soap in each room, maybe 2 or 1. Great spot for some soap. Also some soap down here at the Fort Defiance, pretty good spot down there as well, a couple bathrooms down there. And ghouls are a good source for soap as well. I'm not saying every ghoul will have soap on them, but ghouls can have soap on them, so we have the upper lower parking lot just west of Vault 76. Whoops. Just west of Vault 76, sorry. The lower section of Clarksburg, going on the Clarksburg Shooting Club, Eastern Regional Penitentiary, the streets, roadways, and monorail system of Morgantown, with exceptions to Morgantown High School and Mama Dolce's. Again, you'll find a bunch of ghouls. Level 50 DMV building, Charleston Capitol building, right here in good old Lewisburg. Anywhere around the White Spring Golf Club, White Spring Greens, you can find some ghouls there. Alright, so let's go to the skeleton in the bathtub. We will need 14 of them, so best bang for our buck is right here. But again, I do have that video. You can check it out. It is timestamped, so you can kind of skip ahead, and that way they'll show you the other locations. I know some of you mentioned that you guys have been re-rolling it lately just because how it's been coming up seems like every week. So we're going to head directly south of where we're at. Now be very careful going down here. It's a hill, and you can easily kill yourself. I've done it many times myself. Be very careful. You have a jetpack, it does kind of soften the landing a little bit. Just keep going south, as I mentioned, towards that electrical pylon, whatever you want to call it there. Skeleton in the bathtub will be right in here. Now, sometimes there are enemies here as well. Just kind of keep that in mind. Here's our bars of soap again. Only take what you need. Try to be courteous to other people. No, I'm on a server by myself. There we go. Like so, 14 for 14 done, just like that. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's just head back to our camp and we'll take a look at the next couple challenges here at our camp. Yeah, that Mischief night event is pretty good. I never played it years ago. It was around years ago, of course, when I was playing, but I never actually played it until now. But what I read is that it's totally different than what it used to be. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're a returning player who played way back when. All right, let's see what we got here, Jimmy. Craft ammo at a workbench 250. So again, don't get this confused with collect ammo. We actually have to craft ammo at a workbench. Of course, we craft ammo at a tinker's workbench, okay? So any tinker's workbench will do. We'll just use the one right here in our camp. Let's go ahead and go craft. Now it says ammo, so that means any type of ammo. Sometimes we get more specific where it says ballistic. This is your ballistic section here, and then your energy ammo down here. Now we're going to craft some energy stuff here. So fusion cells times 30, 4 copper, 8 lead, and 4 plastic. Now to get more bang for our buck, there are a couple perk cards that will help us out here. Right under agility here, we have the perk card called Ammo Smith. Now we're going to use this level 2, produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. If you don't have a level 2, if you have a level 1, definitely apply. It's only going to help you. It applies to level 2 here. And of course, we're going to be crafting, so we're going to go down here under luck. We're going to grab our super duper perk card here. And again, level 3 is still only a 30% chance to get double results. It's not going to work every single time. It's only 30%. But again, if you don't have a level 3, if all you have is a level 1 or level 2, definitely apply. It's only going to help you. Go ahead and apply that bad boy on. Good stuff. Let's go back to craft. Back down here to energy. So instead of 30 fusion cells, it's 54. But it's the same requirements as if we were crafting 30, okay? And that's what Ammo Smith perk card does, okay? And again, let's go ahead. We're going to craft a bunch of these here. We'll craft 4 of them. So there we go. We got a lot more bang for our buck there. You heard that lightning sound. That's super duper kicking in. So we got 276 that time. So that's pretty awesome. Now, if you do switch your perk cards around, don't forget to switch them back. As you guys know, sometimes I have a little issues with that myself. Sometimes I can be a little forgetful. There we go. All right, let's see what's next, Gem. Craft any Flair at a Tinkerer's Bench 3. So again, Flares we can get a couple different ways. Flares we can get from certain events. We can buy Flares from the Atomic Shop. And we can get Flares from season passes, okay? And they're usually fairly cheap as well. So again, it's always good to kind of check those things. But there are a couple events that happen in the Wasteland where you can have a possibility of getting a Flare. One spot is right here at Middle Mountain Pit Stop. I believe it's called Safe and Sound. And the one down here at the Sacramento Glades called Beast of Burden. You do have a chance to get a Flare during those events. Just a little FYI. And again, the Atomic Shop will sell them, and you get them in the season passes. So let's take a look at that real quick. Go to the Atomic Shop. Go under skins, down here to backpacks. And this is where your Flares will be. Now, I've never ever bought a Flare before from the Atomic Shop or from the season passes, but all these here I've gathered from previous scoreboards and from completing events at the same time. And that's why I have so many of them. But this is where they would be. So if you're a returning player, this is where they will be. All right, just a little FYI. Now, in order to craft these, we have to go to our Tinker's Workbench. We go ahead and go craft. Now, any 3 will do. You have to go right down here to Souvenirs. This is where you craft your Flares, you craft your beer steins, and you craft your plushies, okay? Now, we're going to craft these 3-ball Flares again. Most Flares will only cost you plastic. Some will be plastic and steel, but mostly just plastic. We'll just craft 3 of these bad boys. There we go. Craft any Flare to Tinker's Bench 3 for 3 done. Just like that. Now, when you craft a Flare like that, there's only one thing you can do. Because if you go under they'll be under miscellaneous section, but seeing how we just craft them, they'll be under your new section. If we try to drop them, they'll just destroy themselves, okay? So you can't give them to another player. But again, the only way to use them, crafting them this way, is if you happen to have a display. So let's go to our build menu here real quick. And if I can find where these would be, these displays. I haven't really looked up these things yet. Where these displays would be. Utility. No. Anywho, I'm not too sure exactly where the displays are. Furniture, maybe? No. Anywho, it'll be under displays. And there'll be a Flare display. And you would just put it on that display during it that way. Now, if you're looking to put a Flare on your backpack, like what I have right here, that's a totally different way. You actually need to do that at the armor workbench. All right, so you go to your armor workbench, you go ahead and go modify/repair, and all you do is you go down to your jetpack or your backpack here, your backpack, not jetpack, Jimmy. You slide it over, and there's actually 2 slots for your flares, and this is where you can actually switch your flares. You can see them switching. Okay, so just like that, that's where you would do it there. Just in case if anyone was kind of wondering about that. All right, let's take a look and see what the next one is. Scrap junk to produce glass 30. So again, glass is a junk item in which we can use the bulk and scrap method at any Tinker's Workbench here in the game. So you walk up to any Tinker's Workbench, you go craft. You go down here to bulk, you go down here to the G section. The bulk 1 glass, all you need is 15 glass shards and 2 plastic. So in this case, we will have to craft 2 of them, and then we scrap them as hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. Also for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for people like to get things done quick and easy, the bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now we can get glass in many great spots. We can find bottles literally scattered all across the wasteland. I find a pretty good spot, 2 good spots I would say, is right here on the south side of Somerville's docks. Right, so when you spawn here, you actually spawn a little bit on the north side, but if you make your way down towards the south side, towards like where the docks are, okay, you'll see a couple shopping carts. There's usually 10 empty beer bottles that are there. Now again, each beer bottle will give you 1 glass, okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. You will need all 10. The other spot is at the kill box, actually. You will need either a jetpack or marsupial to get on top of the roof. But there's all kinds of empty bottles up there and around a skeleton. Sometimes there's a Nuka-Cola Quantum up there as well. Great spot for some glass. So let's pop into the kill box here today and show you that little location. Now, I have tried getting up here with my low-level guy who does not have a jetpack and who does not have marsupial, and I had a hard time getting up here. So you can go to that little fun house if you so wish. We're just going to kind of make yourselves up to the roof here, just because we can. Wait for our AP to get up here. Then make our way up here. We're on top of the roof. Here's our skeleton. As I mentioned, sometimes there's a quantum up here, and they have these Nuka-Cola bottles, and I believe these give you 2 glass each. So again, 2. How many do we need here, Jimmy? How many do we need? 30. 4. There we go. So we'll pick up 2 more just in case if we need them. There we go. Right. And again, Somerville's Docks is right directly across from us, from where we are right now. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, right, see that little boat right down there? Where's my weapon at? Right there. See that little boat there? See that blue container, shipping container? It's right on the other side of the shipping container. Those 2 shopping carts with the beer bottles in them. Right, nice little spot. Let's go ahead and scrap these. We're just going to head back to our camp and scrap them. Again, you can scrap them anywhere, at any train station, other players' camp, what have you. If you decide to clear this place out, there's a couple of workbenches down below. You can do that if you so wish. We're just going to head back to our camp to set ourselves up for the next one here. That's just like the way that I do it here. So Jimmy the gym bro is ready to go to the gym there. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow morning there at 2 o'clock in the morning. For working a 12-hour shift. Yeah, good times. Good times. Let's go ahead and scrap these up. Alright, so you can see those item stats right there. Let's go ahead and scrap all 17. There we go. Scrap trying to produce glass. Done. We had them right on. We just got those extra 2 there that we didn't really need. Alright, let's see what's next here. We're probably about 13 minutes away from top of the hour. So let's take a look here. Scrap pre-war money 50. So again, I do have a video here on the channel. It is all time-stamped. I made it probably about 9 or 10 months ago, showing you some great locations, great ways to get pre-war money here in the game. And again, that video is all timestamped. You can check that out. One of the best ways to get pre-war money is by calling the event called Collision Course. You come right up here to Morgantown Airport, go all the way down the runway, and you go to the quarantine zone, and that little event Collision Course will happen. At the very end, there'll be a little government aid drop, and that government aid drop will have anywhere from 99 to 101 pre-war money in it. Now, the trick is you don't even have to complete the event, okay? All you have to do is, if you don't want to complete the event, you can just server hop this location a couple times, and you'll eventually get on a server where somebody already completed the event, and you don't even have to complete the event. You just walk up to the government aid box, grab the stuff out of it, including the pre-war money. And sometimes you can find multiple government aid boxes there. I found 3 one time a couple years ago, and it was a good time. Got like over 300 pre-war money. There's a bunch of great stuff there as well. This event that happens very close inside here in Morgantown is called, oh gosh, just slipped my mind there. Back in the Beat. Right on, Jimmy. At the very last door that the robot opens. I just had it in my mind, it disappeared. Back at the Beat. The very last door that the robot opens is a bank. There's all kinds of pre-war money in there, as well as probably about 4 or 5 safes, I believe. Now, talking about safe, any safe in the game, level 0 to level 3, doesn't matter what level, will always have pre-war money in the safe. Cash registers are another great source of pre-war money as well. Again, cash registers are a little bit more hit and miss. Sometimes you'll find good servers where the cash registers are full. Sometimes you won't find anything at all, so just kind of keep that in mind. Wolves are a good source of pre-war money, believe it or not. If you call in the event called Leader of the Pack right here, Teller County Fairgrounds, again, 3 packs of wolves, all kinds of pre-war money. A bunch of wolves up here just north of Grafton. Okay, there's a little unmarked location up there, a little lookout. Probably about 5 or 6 wolves show up for that bad boy. Right over here, Automaker Cabin, 6 more wolves show up there. Again, great spot. Corpses. Not the skeletal type, but the corpses you can loot. They'll have pre-war money on them as well. Not saying everyone will, but it's a good source. And again, there's a bunch of corpses here in Morgantown Airport. You can check that out if you so wish. All right, so, and right up here again, Lily Weaver's Water Park's a pretty good spot. A lot of cash registers around. We have the little manager's office. Pretty good little spot there as well. So let's pop into Morgantown Airport. See if we can pick up for some pre-war money here. Now we are probably about 9 minutes away from the top of the hour. So let's take a look at these corpses here, which I just mentioned. Again, there'll be some scorched here as well. Alright, so here's these corpses here, as I mentioned. And you can see pre-war money. It'll be different every time you come here. Get 2 off that guy. None. Fancy lad snack cakes. Beautiful. Okay. Usually the guy in this green sea can here will have some pre-war money on him as well. 3 of them on him. Nice. Alright, so let's call in Collision Course here. We do have a little bit of time. We're going to book her right past these cats. And again, right down here to the quarantine zone, as I mentioned. We're going to call in Collision Course. This is just one of the few events that we can call in just by simply fast traveling to or walking by. And there's right there, Collision Course. Now, we're the only ones here. This should be fairly quick to take. Quick to complete.
Attention all responders. This is a top priority message.
Don't bother. If you never played this event before, don't bother with that Scorched Beast, because he's going to fly away anyway. And you just be wasting all your ammo. Don't even bother with him. Yeah, don't even shoot him. Don't even bother. Because he's going to fly off that way here very shortly. Oh, there he goes. See him. See you later, buds. See what I mean? What's he doing way over there? Alright, so there's 5 waves here, but Now that that scorch beast is gone, that should be fine. It just should be the scorch that show up here now. And again, it's one of these events too. The more participants you have, the more enemies will show up. So kind of keep that in mind. And one thing too with this pre-war money, this government aid drop, another thing what you can do is what some of you had mentioned in the comments is, you know, just say some, put them in your stash box for days like this, and that way there just saves yourself a whole whack of time. There you have them. We got them right through there. Nice job, Jimmy. Nice job, old pal. If you're here by yourself, this one here, this event can get by pretty quickly. These guys are hiding. Come on out, bud. Fall out. Alright, just one more little wave here. Alright, nice. Let's go ahead and collect. We're going to wait for the government aid drop. Now, make sure you wait for it to drop. Just collect all these caps. Again, great way to get caps, as I mentioned. Right? Look at all these guys we just killed. Again, just go ahead and have some fun. Get some XP at the same time and get a bunch of ammo back. And, yeah, good times here in the old wasteland. Let's pick up all these harpoons. And again, so much junk now we get from killing these guys. It's... totally nuts. There's our government aid drop coming there now. Put that away. Actually, we will lock and load while we're waiting. There we go. There we go. And again, as I mentioned, you don't even have to complete this event. If you server hop in a couple of public servers, chances are somebody have come here to do this event because it's a very popular event to do. As you saw there, all the caps, all the stuff you can get. Got 40 caps from completing that there. And as you can see, there's our pre-war money. Look at that, 101. Just like that. A bunch of other stuff there, too. Let's go ahead and scrap some of this up here. I highly recommend that, you know, to save yourself a little bit of time. Just kind of go around and maybe say some, put some in your stash box for next time. But it's up to you. And again, it's a great way to get cloth as well. As you can see, each one gives us cloth. Let's go ahead and scrap her all up, sure. Scrap pre-war money, 50 for 50, done. We're almost on top of the hour now. Let's see if we can do anything in the meantime. I don't think we can, but kill the Snallygaster 10. So many great spots we can find Snallygasters here and around the wasteland. 50% chance here at Kitty Quarter Cabins. There'll be 4 of them there. The other 50% chance will be, of course, the Rat Scorpions. 2 of them right here at Charleston Capitol Building, right at the bridge itself. And 1 a little bit further down towards the Somerville's Dam. 3 of them up here at the Toxic Clearers Meet and Go, the triplets, like to call them. And 6 of them down here at the Flooded Train Yard. So let's go down to here to the Flooded Train Yard here first. Hopefully we get this done. We only got about 4 minutes left. Yeah, 3-4 minutes left here. We'll see if we can kind of blow by these Snallygasters here. Now, Snallygasters is one of those things where if you're on a server and everyone has the same challenges, you may have to server hop to get your 9. All right? Just kind of keep that in mind because these spots that I just showed you are very, very popular. Level 100, look at that, 2 shots. 2 shots with this weapon. He's frozen. See the old neck whip on that guy? Where are these other guys? Oh. Picking himself up there. Two shot these level 100s. Beautiful. So 6 of them here all together. Again, these guys are a great source for many great things, such as raw asbestos and waste acid, okay? So don't forget to pick that stuff up from your Snallygasters that you worked so hard to kill. Oh, there's another guy there. Oh, maybe that was only 5. Hey, I'll take it. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go somewhere else here. Jimmy will go up here to ArtisticallyArranged Meet and Go. It's going to be a little bit hairier here because it's a very small location, and the triplets will be like right on top of you in they, you know, however way they communicate there. But again, lock and load. See how they're like right on top of each other. Lock and load. The cryo effect we have going on will definitely help us out. There we go. Beautiful. And they killed that guy. He was just a casualty. He was a casualty here. Oh, miss, I didn't need to pick that up. It's here for the asbestos, boys. How many do we got here so far? So we get 9. 9 Snallygasters in those places. Alright, good stuff. So let's go to another spot. Let's just pop down here to pick up this guy here at the Charleston Capitol building. Now, as far as Snallygasters go, these 2 down here will probably be the easiest as far as Snallygasters go. Okay, so 1 here right by the bridge. Oh my goodness. Over here, Charleston, Jim. Charleston. Is that will spawn us over by the bridge? Sorry, wrong icon. Alright, so here's the bridge right behind us here. And here's our Snallygaster. There we go. Nice. Now the other guy will be a little bit further down towards that way, towards the Capitol building. So let's go to a server with other people here real quick. I'm going to join the event, Mischief Night. I call it Mischief Nights. In the Daily Challenge video, it was Mischief Night. Just drop the S. Now, I don't know if anyone will be able to complete this on their own. There's a lot to do in the event, but there we go. All right, let's go ahead and join this event here. Join 10 people there. We are going to have some light some bonfires. We're going to have to raid some trick-or-treat bowls and kill some enemies along the way. Lots of fun. And then I know during our daily challenge video, it was like 2 Assaultrons inside of a trailer. Like everyone had them trapped inside this trailer. The Assaultrons couldn't get out of that trailer to save their life. It was quite something to watch. If you watch the daily challenge video, it's pretty awesome. Alright, so everyone's down here now. So you start up here, right by this guy here and the robot. But again, you just kind of keep going down. You just keep on lighting the little bonfires as you go down. These little bonfires here. And there'll be some lost that show up. The trick-or-treating from the candy bowls doesn't happen until a little bit further down. But it hasn't even popped up yet in the top right-hand corner. It will be here very shortly. Oh, this bonfire here we can light up. There we go. We're helping. We're helping. We're an anomaly. And it's all in good fun, you know what I mean? Just try to get along with everyone. It's all good. All right, so raid the trick-or-treat bowls, okay? So we'll see trick-or-treat bowls again around. Just kind of keep like this little trick-or-treat bowl right here, right? Just kind of raid them. And you'll see the little bar there in the top right-hand corner. You'll see the little bar kind of going up. It does make a difference, just a tiny little bit getting from the trick-or-treat bowls. But, again, it's all part of the game. Just got to eliminate some enemies and do as much as you can. Graffiti to the walls, so we haven't figured that out yet. Graffiti to the walls, I'm not too sure what that's about. Oh, okay, nice. Wall deface. So they're like kind of have like an orangey kind of look to them. Right over here. Wall, deface the wall, hanging pumpkin, nice. It's pretty awesome. There's a little robot. He started way up the hill there. And that's how you get this going, by interacting with him. Uh-oh. Now watch out for that too. We're almost at our max there. You can see there that a little bit more. There's one more down here, I believe. There we go. Nice. Complete. Beautiful. Love it. I think we have to kind of go up here next. At the very end, we have to destroy that vertibird there. Oh. So these are lost, and they are all kind of decked out in some outfits there. The same thing. Raid the trick-or-treat bowls if you can find them. So while people are killing the enemies, you can go around, raid the trick-or-treat bowls. As long as you're participating, it's all that really matters. Get these guys along the way. I think we're the only ones raiding from the treat bowls. What do you guys think? I don't think... I haven't seen any treat bowls inside the buildings. Uh-oh. Still got me a little bit there. I just saved a life. Huh! That person's way up there. That's a pretty cool outfit there. Huh. Oh, so there's our Assaultron there. So there's the guy we gotta take care of. Of course, the Assaultron always tried to cripple their legs. Right, destroy the vertibird here now. So we just shoot the vertibird. You can see the top. You can see the damage that you're doing. Nice. There we go. With the event Mischief night, that's how easy it is. Especially with so many people. It's pretty awesome. Berserker's pickaxe. Oh, something I always wanted. Thanks, game. Let's just pick up the caps here. Pick up the harpoons while we're here. Look at the aluminum scrap. We might as well pick that up while we're here. Beautiful. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Let's open up the old Pip-Boy. We got a bat plushy backpack. Oh, sweet. So that's a backpack skin. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's awesome. Pumpkin pie. That makes my day. I love this stuff. Love the outfits and the backpack skins. You guys know that. I'm a huge fan of that stuff. Yeah, that stuff makes my day. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I love it. Nice. And that's how easy it is, guys. That's all you have to do. Just deface the walls, kill the enemies, the lost who are decked out in outfits, raid the trick-or-treat bowls, kill the enemies at the very end, kill those 2 assaultrons, kill the destroy the vertibird, vertibot, whatever. Done. Just like that. Awesome, awesome. All right. So that was that one there. Let's take a look here. Kill human enemy 30. So again, different type of human enemies we have here in the game. We have cultists, we have blood eagles, communists. Of course, communists will be right down here in Camp Liberty. Okay. But in terms of blood eagles, look at this particular icon here. Cultists is this particular icon. Of course, one of the few exceptions is right over here in Point Pleasant. Again, we know there's about 20 cultists here at the very minimum. So Point Pleasant, Crosshair, Clancy Manor, Twin Pine Cabins, Oregon Cave. There's only 3 entrances to Oregon Cave. If you're looking for a 4th one, you'll never find it. Hunter's Ridge, Kanawha County Cemetery. Those would be your squishiest humans we have here. Blood Eagle Alley, I like the call stars town here at the Sludgeworks, Roland's Labor Camp, Widow's Perch, the Kill Box, as I mentioned, the Pigsty, Cliff Watch, South Cutthroat Camp, Seneca Gang Camp. Yeah, the Bounty, sorry, the Sacrament, sorry. Bloody Franks, Dagger's Den, Moth Home, Crimson Prospect, Purple Alley. Maybe only a couple guys down there. Lucky Hole Mine, Bounty. That's the Bounty down there, Jimmy. Johnson's Acre. Just name a couple spots for the old human enemies. Let's actually pop into Camp Liberty here. Now, again, we are on a server with other people here now, so it is going to be a little bit more challenging. We may have to go back to our private one, but we'll see how she goes here. And again, you can kill these guys any old which way, whatever you want to do. Someone's been here already because the door is open. Looks like these guys have respawned. I'll take it. Get this light off here. A couple rovers up here. He's frozen. She's frozen. They're all frozen. Grab these harpoons while we're here. Let's keep her going here. Usually there's a uh-oh. Good throw. Coming in hot, yeah. Handmade, nice. So 17. He's got Mr. Bear down there. Of course, he's dead. She's just folded backwards there. This cute little fella in there. I'm just soldier way over there. What are you doing way over there? This attack dog, it's fine. I think that's pretty much it for here. So as you saw, there's quite a few human enemies here. As you saw, a couple K9s as well. Pretty good little spot. So we got 19 in total. That's pretty awesome. Let's go to another pretty decent spot here. Where are we at here, Jimmy? Let's go up here to Point Pleasant. Again, there'll be at least 20 cultists up here. And again, what makes it more challenging is we are on a server with other people, so see what happens here. Make sure we're locked and loaded. Sure, we are locked and loaded. I regret nothing, she says. To regret duct tape, sure thing. Flat, face down, flat. Still talking? Okay, let's get up on this building here. You fear me, buddy. Yeah, we can use this. Oh, we're overweight. Sure we are. All the stuff we've been picking up, Gem. Because these harpoons, they weigh a lot. Like a lot. Oh. We hit dead stop here. Hit a dead stop. Usually there's a couple guys on this building here. More pre-war money out those corpses I mentioned. Oh, almost. Oh. Almost fell, Jim. You almost fell, buddy. Okay. Get on this bridge here. Ouch. Oh, what's this here? Buffo, yes please. Blackwater View, sure. These little drones are going. Alright, let's go. So a little bit less cultists here today. Again, we are in competition with other people. Check the church, as usually there's a couple people here. No, dead stop. Alright, let's go somewhere else here. So we only need a couple more. Yeah, one more. One more, Jim. Where are we going to go? Hunter's Ridge. Just go down the road here from where we're at. Sure. Sure thing. Again, we only need one more. We should be able to snipe one. This weapon here. There we go. Kill a human enemy 30 for 30. Nice. See what's next. Need pre-war food 25. So we have pre-war food we can find in the game. We have pre-war food in terms of camp resources that'll just save us a whole whack of time. Let's take a look at a couple locations for some pre-war food. We're going to go right here to the Toxic Dried Lake Bed. Let's pop in here real quick. And again, you see some of that done already because we had Eat a Cake, Pie, or Candy for our daily challenge video. And a lot of the Eat Cake, Pie, or Candy will count as pre-war food as well. such as popcorning in the candy machine, but we'll go through that there very shortly anyway. So you can go through those 6 milers if you so wish, is really up to you. But we're going to kind of avoid them. We're just going to go right to this building right down here. Now again, if you do have a jetpack or marsupial, it does take a little bit less effort to get on top of this roof. You can just do this, burp, like that. But if you don't have either, there is a way you can get up here, and it's by this log right out back out on that boat, that little log, this little platform, and here you are on top of the roof just like that. And right around the corner here, here's your pre-war food. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pre-war food right here. Pretty awesome little spot here. Let's go to the next spot here. Flatwoods. Now we're going to say that for other people because we're going to use our camp resources, but we'll say that for people who don't have those camp resources and they're kind of using these videos to help themselves or happen to be on the same server. You just never know. Now, of course, we do have sugar bombs. We have a sugar bomb right on top of that white church here in Flatwoods. A couple sugar bombs on top of the red rocket, but you will need marsupial or jetpack to get up there for certain. We're going to go right down here to the tavern. Let's put this weapon away here, Jim. We don't scare everybody. Sometimes there'll be some pre-war food on this pool table. You can also check this cooler as well. What we really want is right out back here in the kitchen. And we do need a level 1 pick lock to open this gate up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus some purified water in there as well. Look at that, dog meat steak. Nice. Let's grab that. Burp. And quite a bit of pre-war food in here. Now, sometimes you can also find canned dog food in here as well. Salt and pepper. Look at that, there's canned dog food right there. Nice. Nice little spot here, actually. One more little spot is actually right where the little event was happening. It's right down here. It's an unmarked location. So we're actually going to spawn here in Naked Creek. Now, when you spawn here, there will be a couple thrashers. Those are the large turkeys. But we're going to try to avoid them as much as possible. Shut this light off, Jim. And we're going to head up this way towards the east. Jetpack's not working for some reason. There we go. Alright, so let's run down the hill here. We're going to run right over here. Now, you will find enemies here. And this will be different every time. Sometimes there's a Wendigo. Sometimes there's that cat right there. The mole. And he is an enemy. Sometimes there'll be liberators. Sometimes giant ants. Or, ants. Ants. Right on, Jim. But where we want to go is actually right in this trailer right here. All right. Great spot for some Nuka-Cola there as well. But right here in this, again, you will need a pick lock. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pre-war food right in here. And again, nice little recipe in here. Look at that blood bug, pepper steaks. Go ahead and grab that as well. Nice. I like to kind of grab them, put them in the donation boxes. That way there people can kind of have them kind of first thing kind of deal. Yeah, nice. So again, those are some really good spots. We can also find some pre-war food in terms of funnel cake and other type of stuff here. Right here at Camden Park, more so in around the roller coaster area, like the little Raider area. Another pretty popular spot is right here at Tyler County Fairgrounds, okay? Let's head to our camp here and take a look at some camp resources we can use for pre-war food. Surprises are there, actually, being on this public server. I'm totally shocked. I thought for sure they'd be all gone. Maybe people aren't doing daily challenges anymore, who knows? But again, pre-war food, we talk about this popcorn machine. This is the OG one here. We have about 3 or 4 other variants of it. But again, they're just reskins of this bad boy. 12 popcorn counts as pre-war food. Eat a cake, pie, or candy. Great for your AP. Totally awesome. Whatever pops up in the atomic shop, definitely well worth it. Same thing with these candy machines. These candy machines we got in Season 11 scoreboard when Nuka World on Tour was first brand new. The red one does pop up in the atomic shop once in a while. I know I used the atomic shop probably about a month and a half ago, probably about 3 weeks in a row. So I always kind of mention that to people. But again, same thing as the popcorn. This candy will count as pre-war food. Eat a cake, pie, or candy. Great for the AP. Totally awesome. This little guy here, the cookie jar, pops up in the atomic shop quite frequently, actually. Again, he'll collect fancy lad snack cakes, funnel cake, pre-war food, eat a cake, pie, or candy. If you happen to have a coffee machine is actually pre-war food, right? Believe it or not. So again, canned coffee machine, great to have in your camp or all your camps. I don't know why this guy is not hooked up. The weenie wagon. So the only way to get this plan is by two ways: completing the Graham's meat cook or by finding it in the player's vendor. You'll never see this in the atomic shop, but again, great way to get some pre-war food. All right. Why this isn't hooked up here? Let's take a look at that real quick here. Modify. There we go. Get everything rolling here now. Nice. All right, so let's take a look here. So we have to actually eat pre-war food. So let's take a look at that stuff. It's what do we got here? So canned coffee from our coffee machine. Okay. Canned dog food from our weenie wagon, or we find throughout the wasteland. And just let me see how it's counting there. What else we got here? So fancy slad snack cakes we can get from that little cookie jar there once in a while. There we go. Nuka-Cola candy from that red candy machine I just showed you. Nuka-Cola quantum candy from that blue-purple candy machine I just showed you. Popcorn from the popcorn machine just showed you. You see how it all counts? Pre-war food, eat a cake, pie, or candy, totally awesome. Let's finish off, put some popcorn here. Eat pre-war food, 25 for 25, done. So you see how camp resources will definitely save you a whole whack of time. But I realize, there are people that either like to do things quick and easy. There's people that like to do things, take their time, like to kind of play the game, do things the old-fashioned way. Again, nothing wrong with that either. I try to appease both types of people. And then that way there you guys can, find the stuff in the wasteland or use your camp resources available to you. And I think that's it. We are done just like that. What do you guys think of that Mischief night? Pretty awesome, eh? I think it's fantastic. Especially when you're getting brand new plans and stuff. Weapon of the day here, Jim. Let's take a look at that real quick. Probably one of my most favorite weapons over the last year. This icebreaker fires a shotgun blast of harpoon fletches, kills enemies with the icebreaker, leave behind a cryohazard. Cryohazard slows enemies by 60%. Bashing slows enemies by 60% for 12 seconds. Fletches short scope. So again, there's not a whole lot. Just a harpoon gun is really all it is. Just a special one. Again, there's only 4 mods for it. I got all 4. 141 times 7 damage, 44 times 7 cryo damage, 480 cryo hazard for 15 seconds. Harpoons do weigh a lot, like they weigh a ton, and just single fire. And even though it only holds 3, we still did pretty good. As you guys can see, that's pretty accurate. In terms of perk cards, again, nothing real crazy here, guys. Most of them be under perception here. Legendary perk cards, again, these don't change for me. Very happy with them, and as you can see, they're all maxed out. Armor, of course, it doesn't look like I'm wearing armor, but of course I am. Let's take a look at that real quick. Not going to go into great detail, but you guys can see the legendary effects and such. Aristocrats, Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon, Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants, Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistance, Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters, Ultralight Secret Service right leg. And Vanguard's Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. And I've had this same armor for years, like long before I even started making videos back in 2022. Had this armor for a very long time. And there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members: Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMe, Yes Me, That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Wade Warner, John TJ59, Picker Rest, Grin Tritno, Tony Watson, Felix the Cat, Dan Ferrer, Benny Bunny, AJ Foltz, Adolfo Perez, Aussies1, Ricardo186, Eric R. Shepard. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.